All right, Nick, let's talk about the Green Bay Packers. They just come off of a big game versus the Philadelphia Eagles. They did not win that game, but there's a lot of good, I think, strong points to build off in that game. They put up a lot of points, that 40-33 game right there. That was a strong effort by the Packers, and especially by a surprise guy kind of that we weren't expecting to come in and play. And we're going to talk about that whole situation going down the stretch here in just a moment. But Packers fans, this is a team it's kind of struggled as late. This is not the Packers team that you're used to, but there have been some bright spots. And the thing you got to think about, there's been some guys that started to come in late down the season. And a few of those guys are rookies and they look really, really good so far. But we got to ask you, who do you think will be the rookie of the year this season? Offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year? Let us know in the comments below. Who do you think the rookie of the year is going to be this season, and could it potentially be somebody on your team? But Nick, what do you have on the Packers?
Look, so obviously you alluded to the guy coming in late and doing some good things against the Eagles. Is of course young quarterback Jordan Love. He's obviously not had a lot of playing time in his career, playing behind Aaron Rodgers. The one exception being that game in Kansas City that Rodgers didn't play. Other than that, Jordan Love hasn't gotten a lot of playing time. This is actually, frankly, the best Jordan has looked in his career was against the Philadelphia Eagles. And of course, obviously with the Packers being 4-8, there's a lot of questions rolling around. Will Aaron Rodgers be benched for Jordan Love to get playing time to hopefully improve? And Aaron Rodgers was asked these questions, and he responded in, I think, a really, really good way. And I think it shows a lot of his leadership, his personality, and frankly, the Packers organization. So this is a quote from Aaron Rodgers here. I'll just read you the whole thing, and then I'll see what your thoughts on are. But this is from CBS Sports, and quoting Rodgers here, quote, "Look, I love to finish the season out, but I understand this is a business, and there's a lot of us kind of older guys who play a decent amount, and they might want to see some younger guys play. Hopefully we don't have to have that conversation. But if that conversation comes up, I'll approach that with an open mind and without any bitterness or resentment." And Aaron Rodgers later said on the Pat McAfee show, which he joins every week, talking about Jordan Love and his performance against the Eagles, he said, quote, "It was really nice to watch. I feel like an older brother watching him do well. I care about the kid a lot. Fun to see his growth. Fun to just see him just kind of relaxing out there." All right, Maya. So this is obviously interesting coming from Aaron Rodgers because obviously, historically, notoriously, him and Brett Favre butted heads when Rodgers was the heir apparent to Favre. Favre retired. They go to Rodgers. Favre unretires, goes to the Jets and the Vikings. Big drama there. Big deal there. Does not look like that will be the case here. It looks like Aaron Rodgers, while like anybody wants to keep starting, wants to keep playing, seems that if his time comes, and it looks like it could be getting there potentially, he'll gladly hand off to Jordan Love and potentially mentor him, lead him, and at least encourage him as Jordan Love becomes a Packers quarterback of the future. Give me your thoughts on the situation, Miles, and what you think about Rodgers, Love, and just this whole ordeal right now.
Well, while Jordan Love did play well, he did have that very, very nice touchdown pass to Christian Watson. You- I think this shows more about Aaron Rodgers than it does about Jordan Love because it shows Rodgers' maturity. People kind of at times have thought Rodgers was a jerk, that he wasn't a nice guy. Maybe he didn't want to mentor Jordan Love. He was upset about the situation. But I think it shows that Aaron Rodgers, in the quarterback room, they're all really close. They're with each other every single day. And I like, he enjoyed watching Jordan Love getting out there, getting to play. He enjoys him being successful. He's not afraid to let him go in and start and play, especially if he's doing well. He wants to see him succeed. And I think those are signs of a great leader, Nick. And I think that, Packers fans, they know what they have in Aaron Rodgers. They know the kind of guy he is. But a lot of people around the league kind of lost sight of that. And I think this just kind of goes back to showing the leadership and, the strong presence that Aaron Rodgers has on this team and the difference he can make to a lot of these guys. So I think this story kind of says to me a lot about Aaron Rodgers, don't you think?
Yeah, compare this to what happened with Seattle and Russell Wilson and that whole trade where it was, kind of a lot of passive aggressiveness. Russell Wilson with all the weird shenanigans he had going on, the Seahawks and Pete Carroll and button heads and all that, just an uncomfortable situation as the Seahawks moved away from Russell Wilson. We saw what happened with Brady and Belichick and the Patriots. It was obviously kind of a, uncomfortable situation. They were button heads down the stretch. And now you have Aaron Rodgers, right? He's very self-aware. He recognizes this is likely the end of his career. He obviously has said he wants to retire with the Packers. We'll see how that obviously shakes out. But the fact that he's open-minded to it, I love the self-awareness. I know the understanding. And like you alluded to, a lot of the criticism with Rodgers is that it's all about me, me, me. It's all about him. It's not about the team. It's not about the organization. He's kind of, at least at this point in the end of his career, I think it was wrong the entire career. I think he was, a real team guy throughout his career. But for anyone that doubted it, now at the end of his career, he's making a statement and being very declarative. It's like, listen, it is about the team. It's always about the team. And I'm excited to potentially, I don't want to give it my starting job. I'm a competitor. I'm one of the best to ever do it. But if the organization thinks it's best to go in a younger route, I understand it completely. I won't fight it. I won't pout or anything like that. I'll be there and support my teammate, my friend, Jordan Love. And while that's a credit to Aaron Rodgers, how about a credit to LaFleur, and how about a credit to this Packers organization? Because you don't get that from an elite athlete like Rodgers unless you have a quality culture and quality organization, which the Packers have obviously had. We know they've had it, but this is more proof with what's coming out of Rodgers recently. So if I'm a Packers fan right now, obviously you'd like the record to be better, and obviously you'd hope them to win out and maybe sneak into the playoffs. But as you enter this transition, moving off Rodgers and moving to Jordan Love, I think you have to like the vibes, the energy that you're seeing between the quarterbacks and the team right now.